Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today is day 10 of Thriftmas. We're about to wrap things up, y'all. We only have 2 days after this one. On this day, I went to Treasure Hunt, which is the flagship store for Dirt Cheap. You've seen me do Dirt Cheap hauls before. If you're new to my channel, Dirt Cheap is a store that's in the southern United States at this point. They are spreading very quickly and have been very popularized in the last year, because what they do is they do buyouts. They do anything from big box stores to department stores. They're basically a liquidator that then has retail stores, brick and mortar, that you can go in and purchase these items for a discounted price. They purchase it and then they mark it up a little bit and then they make a profit. And then at the same time, you can find things to resell in these stores. It's similar to like when Marshall's does their clearance markdowns. So this last year, they have been getting these Nordstrom buyouts. They're either from the regular Nordstrom stores or from Nordstrom Rack. They can be returns. But as you know, if you've ever shopped at Nordstrom, Nordstrom can have anything from their house brands to mid-tier designer to luxury brands. And so you never really know what you're gonna get. Some of these buyouts have been getting Gucci, Louboutins. You've seen me pick up my last haul from Dirt Cheap. I picked up a pair of $1,200 Etro Jacquard pants that I haven't listed yet because I'm not sure what I want to list them at. Still doing a little bit of research on that, but I have found some great pieces. So I drove over to Treasure Hunt. I had planned on shopping there and Dirt Cheap. They have both the flagship store and a Dirt Cheap store in the northern part of Gulfport, Mississippi, which is on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Unfortunately, I got a phone call and I'll explain that in the video what happened, but I had to rush home because it was crisis mode. So I also made a big mistake, which we all make mistakes, but this was a really, really big one. Like, I got a shredded piece that I'm going to show you. That was basically a loss for me, but you know, mistakes happen and you just have to take that into account for your business. So real quick, we're going to roll the footage. I only filmed about 5 minutes in the store because, again, crisis. And then I will come back and show you the haul of what I picked up to resell online. So here we are rolling up to Treasure Hunt. I'm sure most of you have never seen a treasure hunt because there's only 2 locations, both in Mississippi, but they are owned by the same people as Dirt Cheap and they're considered like a flagship store. You'll notice that the interior looks very similar to Dirt Cheap, except for they use blue colors instead of red. They still have a furniture section. They still have the bins on the floor that are highly discounted. You can see that 70% off there for, looks like linens. And they do still have a large clothing section. A lot of times if they're getting in a new buyout, like for instance, they did ModCloth at one point, it'll only be at Treasure Hunt at first. This is a $50 clothing rack of brand new stuff that came in from Nordstrom. I'm going to go ahead and pass that because at $50, that's not going to offer me a lot of return for resale. This is an $8 clothing rack, so certainly a lot better. This one rack right here seems to be a lot of tops, but I want to double check one of the items real quick just to make sure this is Nordstrom, because they do buy out other department stores and I'm strictly looking for Nordstrom. This is a Nordstrom signature, so I know I'm in the right section. But I head over to dresses because that's where I'm going to get the biggest return on my $8 investment. This is a Faraday dress, new with tags. I would have picked it up, but it was damaged. I'm trying not to repair as much stuff. I've got a whole pile that I need to revisit my Mend It Monday series here on YouTube to get those things fixed. But they're just sitting there, so I'm going to pass on things that are damaged if I can. This is a Lulu's dress. I'm really looking for formal dresses this day, and hopefully mid-tier designer to luxury brands. That's where I'm going to make the most money. I want to be able to make $100 and above, because if you can do that with an $8 investment, that is a great return. So far, not seeing anything super special, but that will change in a little bit. I did get some great pieces this day. And I just want y'all to know, just because something falls off the rack, I'm going to put it back because I like to leave no trace. I don't want to be one of those people putting stuff back in the wrong place or leaving stuff hanging off hangers. So I try my best. You also need to look like this for damaged items when you're doing these buyouts, these liquidations, because sometimes they're returns and they can be damaged. They can have holes, all kinds of stuff. Now, this is a plus size brand that I've talked about in a previous dirt cheap haul. This is 11 Henri, and they are more of a mid-tier style plus size. It was marked at 60. It actually was 30, and they had several of them in different sizes, same colorway, but I did pass on them at the $30. This is a Ganni dress. This would be a great buy if it's $8, but we're gonna have to check and see. It does have the theft device there, but I do have a magnet at home in case of that. Now, this is the app. I've showed you this with Dirt Cheap. Treasure Hunt has the exact same thing. It looks just the same. You get on their website, type in your store, scan the tag that's attached to the garment, and it'll tell you how much it's marked down to. So this Ganni dress is $30. So I'm going to head on over to Poshmark and check the sold comps on Ganni dresses. I don't know the exact name of the style, so I'm just going to search Ganni dress, pink, and solds and see if I can see any that generally look the same, and just make a decision. So their comps were all over the place, so I just didn't feel comfortable that at that price point, at $30, I was going to make any money. So the decision was easy, and I decided to go ahead and put it back. Now, at this point, I get a phone call from my husband freaking out because my kids are acting terrible, but I saw this beauty of a new to me brand, so hopefully it's new to you. It's a beautiful cobalt blue slip dress, and I did go ahead and pick this up after checking comps, but then I'm rushing because I know I have to get home because he needs backup. However, I was in the zone and totally did not want to leave because I had found two amazing pieces. I came across this Cinca set blazer that I was very interested in. However, it was still $60, so I did go ahead and leave that. And I went to another $8 rack, found some great pieces, so overall it was not a wasted trip. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that little shopping trip and the mayhem that ensued, and you'll get to see the big mistake I made because I got so distracted by the phone call. But let's start with the good stuff first. First up is this beauty behind me. That is a MacDougall dress. That is something I highly recommend looking for if you're doing these dirt cheap shopping trips for your resale business. MacDougall can sell sometimes around $400, $500, depending on the gown. I was lucky enough to get this. Everything in this haul from this day was $8. I wish I could have stayed longer. They had a bunch of new inventory in. Some of it was $50, some of it was $30. So obviously I passed on that stuff. But some of it had also been marked down because that's the great thing about them continually getting this in. If it doesn't sell, they're marked with a number, and after a certain number of weeks or months, they will mark it down and down and down. And sometimes you can get stuff for $1, $2. Enough of me babbling. MacDougall is a great brand to look for. This stunning dress with the cutouts, one shoulder. I could not believe somebody had left it. Let me show you. She is new with tags, so that's great. I'm not going to be able to show you the brand label because she is on the mannequin, but I will pop it up on the screen so you can see what the MacDougall logo looks like. They do have some diffusion lines that you can also pick up. Those are still worth picking up too. They still sell for a great amount. This dress back here originally sold for $348 retail. I'm expecting to get maybe $100, $125 for it. So $8 into $125 is yay for me. Now, if you're new here, which a lot of you are returning, but if you're new, I love to sell dresses. I get a great return on my investment as far as a clothing reseller. And I found this beautiful royal blue or cobalt blue slip dress, and this is the brand name. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this, but they are a Danish brand. They are one of the leading Danish fashion houses, so they make everything from mid-tier to luxury. This would have been about a mid-tier dress. It originally retailed for $200 US. I'm hoping to get close to the $100 mark for it. It is a stunning color, beautiful draping in the front, and again, I only paid $8. Now this one does have the Nordstrom rack tag on it. It had been marked down, can't see, but it does say it's a US 8, In their sizing, it says a 3, so I'm glad that this tag is still on here. But you can see it is new without tags. It does have the hang tag part on it, but the tag is missing. So excited about that one. And then this may be a surprise for you. I've talked about this as a bread and butter brand when I did a bread and butter brand video last year. In 2023, this brand I'm being a lot pickier with these days. It is Eliza J. It is sold in department stores, so you can get it at the mall. But when it comes to their gowns, now this is a like plum or wine colored dress. It does not have the original brand tag, but it does have this garment tag saying you can't return it if you remove this. And the comps for resale on Poshmark were between $92 and $150. That is definitely a great pickup for $8. So if you see Eliza J, definitely look it up. Some of the pieces still sell really well, but I am checking comps a lot more and not just picking up all Eliza J. So I recommend that you do that too. Okay, this sweet little skirt is called the Catherine Lace Trim Skirt. You can see why. It has this lace detailing and it is fully lined, but it does have the cutouts down here in the lace. This is Haute Hippie. So I've sold this brand lots of times. This skirt actually, even though it just looks like a plain old pink skirt, originally retailed for $298. It is new with tags, which we love. And there was only one sold comp on Poshmark for this skirt for $85. So 8 into 85 is right on track for me. So definitely for $8 was gonna pick this one up. Hey, you may be thinking, why did you pick up a pair of denim Good American shorts? That's what these are, for $8. Because a lot of Good American does not sell for that much anymore, but this style is called the Good 90s Bermuda short. It is new with tags. It's a size 6. It even has the tag back here still. Again, $8. And comps on Poshmark for this short is $60 to $95. So that's why you need to look up comps, even seasoned resellers. I'm definitely guilty of going with my gut a lot. Usually it serves me well, but Good American's a brand that I do try to look it up because the value has just gone down in the denim, which is kind of sad because I like Good American, but just a recommendation of what I do. Okay, last up was the big fail. So not a huge haul, but very happy. I wish I wouldn't have got sidetracked. I feel like I would have found out a lot more, but I got this beautiful dress. Okay, so it has this really pretty floral with this metallic threading. It is completely cut out in the back, and then there's a more detailing back here. I'll pop up a picture if I can find one. It's got, see, it's got a cutout here at the waistband. So very sexy dress, laces up at the top, really pretty semi-sheer sleeves. And this was the last piece I picked up. It did have the Nordstrom Last Chance, and the brand is Rahi. I think that's how you say it. But upon further inspection, and this, y'all, you're gonna be like, how the heck did you miss that, Victoria? Well, I did. I was so caught off guard by the phone call. So first up is this beautiful hole that's completely, I mean, you can see the fabric's very delicate in the first place, but it's completely come apart. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I noticed it's like that on the other sleeve too. It's just not as bad. So it's like right here. And then it's also coming apart right here. And I think there's a couple of other places. So, oh, look right here. See, it's just complete. The fabric is completely just pulled out. Look at that. So your girl is shredded. If it had been one area, I might have tried to fix it. But with this fabric being like semi-sheer like that, it's really hard to repair something like this. And unfortunately, this is something you need to know, at Treasure Hunt and Dirt Cheap, there are no returns. So you really should be checking everything. That's my bad, totally my fault. Now, had this dress been in pristine condition, I should have been able to get $95 to $98 for it. That's what the comp range is on Poshmark. But I'm getting big old zero for it. Now, if you do want this dress and think that you can fix it, you're welcome to have it for $8. I'm happy to sell it to you. But if not, you know what? Maybe I can donate it and somebody will find it at the thrift store and want to fix it. Sometimes things like this just happen, and you have to prepare for that in business. So I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. This, like I said, was day 10 of Thriftmas. I have 2 more videos to come out for day 11 and day 12, hopefully by the end of January. And then don't worry, you're gonna have haul videos all year long, but I do have a lot of other videos planned too. Coming up, I have a ThreadUp DIY designer collaboration video. I got another rescue box from them. I have the brands that I'm looking for in 2024. I have 3 more of those videos to do. I have a what sold video, lots of stuff. So if you're into reselling and need somebody to watch while you work, I would be happy if you subscribe to my channel and gave the video a thumbs up on your way out. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
Resell.